Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's conversation on conversating around how sick and mentally ill influence is. In logical terms, it doesn't make sense to influence anyone to do anything. That's what your parents in the 1990s says, don't let people influence you. However, these fools made careers off of it. Not only did they make careers off of being influenced and influencers, there's nothing unique about anyone who's producing content. Nothing. Not one thing that's unique. Personalities aren't unique. The conversations that they produce are not unique. They're not funny. They're not entertaining. They're not interesting. They're not worth watching. They work off of gimmick and intent and lust and money, and that's dumb. And what that's doing to society, and they don't care, because this is really what we're bringing awareness to, is that doesn't make people happy, but they can present it as if they are happy, but they're not happy. And you as a person watching it are having trouble distinguishing reality from delusion, especially if you're in your 20s and you don't have any ethics or morals because your parents didn't have ethics or morals and you weren't taught what ethics and morals are, and you're buying into all the wrong things that you think make you feel good, but they actually make you feel bad. And you don't even understand what it means to have emotions anymore. And you think you're distinguishing your own emotions, but you're only looking for an uplift. In the old days, people used to be like Indiana Jones, looking for an adventure to unwind an issue that was created in their childhood, created by their elementary school class, elementary school teachers. Because in the old days, we used to say that we all have our own problems. However, these people have taken this to a whole nother level and think that they're the only ones that matter. They place little to no value on others. They place little to no value on anyone else. They only brag about how much money they have by showing off their hands, by showing off their houses, by acting like weird-ass buffoons who will hug in a hallway while someone stands in another room and acts like they're catching them in a moment. Think about that for a second. It was a staged moment, and they posted that as if it was a real moment to make everyone feel FOMO. And then they all teach you how to not, they say don't have FOMO. But the intent of your production of your content was to have FOMO because you are a old ass woman who's 100% insecure, Demi Moore. So these women like Demi Moore are still stuck in the era of when she was 17 years old, or that age of when she became an actress, and is still chasing that feeling that will never return to you, because that is a unique moment in existence. It's not one that you continuously live in. With every uplift, there is a crash. And if you go higher and higher without any education on real existence of staying grounded, you literally will fall to your death on a high-rise apartment, and then everybody goes, oh well. But that doesn't seem to signify anything to these people, because money flows in, and then every now and then they get their big break, which is a viral piece of content or an erotic feeling inside them from other women's husbands. That's what Demi Moore works off of. So, for example, they all go to parties at some gala. We'll just say a gala, and all these men have money. They're all shallow as shit. None of them are actually working for the people. But part of their gig is to act as if they are working for the people, but they're just looking for their own money growth. And then they, in their network of growth, finagle with each other on how to get you as an audience to buy into their product, to buy into their ideas, and then carry around a prostitute called their wives or their girlfriends. Take a look at Randall. He is your prime example of somebody who turned his back on his first wife by cheating on her with another woman, where he then gets in a fight with her new husband. The fight was caused by LA, just to let you know. All instigative moves from these people who have no common sense, no education, and they literally care about absolutely nothing except for themselves. It's deeper than what I just said, though. It's the only way I can express it to you to get you to understand how sadistic these people are. This isn't a local cheating scandal. No, this is a continuous experience of actually living in that feeling of you finding out your husband has cheated on you. That's their feeling consistently and constantly, while they then show up at parties acting as if they're happy. Taking photographs, portraying it on Getty Images, and saying, "Where's my next paycheck coming from?" Reese Witherspoon. If they get caught like Reese did from drinking and driving, they say, "Well, don't you know who I am? I'm Reese Witherspoon, and you better respect me, or else Newsom is going to give you a call and you're going to lose your job." However, he's a cop that actually stands for something. And Reese Witherspoon is clearly not following the laws, but it's a clear demonstration of how there are people that are above the law, and her name is Letitia James and Kamala Harris. The New World Order consists of only certain people who are living in modern day ethics and morals, who are held in contempt because they're trying to hold on to what we used to know as human. But Kamala Harris and her clan want to live in some delusional land where they invite Middle Eastern culture into this country, where they don't actually feel anything inside. That's why the Middle East is the way the Middle East is. They don't feel. They don't even have a personality. They just finagle and move people and how they want them to act like robots, and then get you as audience to agree to everything they do, so that they can wave at you as if they're a princess and then smile in your face and say, "I'm sophisticated." Underneath all of those things, all it is a little child who's at least maybe 12 or 13 years old, who's fucking clueless about life. And she looks around and looks for people around to say, who's going to tell me how wonderful I am today? You, peasant girl. Go leave a comment in the comment section, or you will fail in entrepreneur and influence. Literally, this is what we're dealing with. Not only do they have nothing to offer, they have nothing to say, they have nothing in their heads, except for look at how hot they are. But it's hard to explain how sadistic this shit is. They purposely hurt you, and you're like, yeah, yes, please. I guess she was just having a rough day. No, my shit's authentic. I really actually can't stand any of you. Not in who you've turned into. I can't stand anything that you've turned into. In the past, I could have tolerated you. However, now look at yourself. You're violent. You have no self-control. You're horrific to look at. You're horrific to talk to. And as a matter of fact, you don't even have anything to say. Tell me what you're studying in school. You're there 5 days a week. Well, I don't know. You don't know? Oh, because you think you're going to give yourself a degree, because that's the modern day technology of what students are telling professors. So these people are unworkable and unteachable. They just think they're all going to be influencers. What exactly are you going to influence on? Your vagina lips? A hired chef? A diamond ring? A white background? The fact you like decaf coffee? You think that's going to work for people struggling to put food on their table? While our country has open borders, while you're an immigrant or a migrant, you think that's going to work for us? You think handing over free shit is going to make a difference for the fact that our children are suffering because Persian women are trying to teach emotions on things they don't even understand in this country, much less in the Middle East, which they literally just make up a puzzle piece of psychosis. A jumping through hoops to get each other to like each other. Now that's some real serious mental illness. How many people out there are autistic and